Hey there, I'm Stephen Rhyne, president and founder of ConveYour, and in this video we're going to go over shared lessons. This is a new way you can release lessons into a learner's portal. So the first way we've had for releasing lessons is campaigns. So campaigns is synonymous with courses. We call them campaigns on the back end because you're campaigning for a new behavior, a new understanding, or new skill. And you can take the lessons and drop them into a campaign and release them over time. So you're pushing out content to your folks. And that's actually been a really big win for our customers, is this idea of pushing content out rather than expecting learners to know what they don't know, because they don't know what they don't know, right? So this push model has been very valuable, getting new content from a course pushed out via text message or email, a short link to go straight into that piece of content for that day, all right? And so this model works really well, but then there's also the need for your people to have access to training on demand, right? So more of like a YouTube model where they're doing something on the job, they need to reference how to do something, and they know they don't know it, right? They know they forgot how to do it, and so they need to actively search for a specific lesson and go through it. And maybe that lesson, that training experience is just one item, it's just one YouTube video. It's not an entire playlist, right, of content like a course is. And that's what shared lessons does. That's what it brings in, that ability to just share out reference material and have people go through them one by one on their own time. So let's go look at shared lessons again. And I set up a scenario for you here where we have our developers and our UX team that want to access our tools, our tools that we use to build product for ConveYour. And I made a folder called Product Tools Reference, and we've got Figma, Notion, BrowserStack, and Viewtify here. These are some products that we use internally to build ConveYour. So all I did was go to YouTube, okay, and drop in these YouTube links, right? Like that. And then I actually, for this Figma one, I have a little challenge or a little reorder challenge question here after the video. So this is, what are the steps to getting set up on Figma, where they have to put these in the correct order? The learner has to put them in the correct order. So here you can mix in reference material, this video, with a little bit of engagement to see if they remember what they watched on the video. You could also throw in other things like an assessment. How confident, based on the video, how confident are you with your ability to get started with Figma, right? So contrast this with just throwing them, just sending them to YouTube and saying, watch this video, with having them in having a shared lesson in a learner's portal. We'll actually be able to track who has watched the video, how much of the video, and then of course we have the answers to the engagement questions. So you can see how powerful it is just to take videos from YouTube or from your other video library and drop them in to a lesson, because now you're going to be able to track engagement with your reference material, which is something a lot of people aren't able to do right now on something like SharePoint or some other internal platform. So we have these 4 lessons, and I want to share them out to my developers and my UX team. So this is the real power of shared lessons, is that here I have my groups. Now groups on ConveYour are dynamic. They are actually just saved searches of your entire list of entire roster. And that's a really important distinction. They're not buckets of people that are static. Here's what I mean. I'll click edit on the UX team here. We have tags has UX. And then let's look at the developer group. And you'll see that it says role is developer for the condition. So let's say I had this set up with a sync to an HRIS system or an LMS where I'm getting information about our roster. Well, anytime we get a new developer in, they will automatically match this developer group, okay? And then when we go to the lessons section, we're going to click on share to group, and I'm going to find my developer group as well as my UX people. UX team, let's use UX team. And we'll click share to group. All right, let's go check out Mary McTesterson, this profile here. Actually, I already have the profile open. So let's open the portal. And what you'll see now is on the left-hand side, I have a section here I can click on, and I have access to this full folder of product tools references. Okay, because this Mary McTesterson profile has role of developer. Okay, so we're back in the learner portal for Mary, and let's say Mary gets a request from a colleague to do some design collaboration on Figma, and Mary has no idea what Figma is and she needs to get onboarded. So she's gonna go ahead and click on search here, and she's gonna type in Figma, and look at that. So she gets the folder on product tools reference and the intro to Figma. Now, because Mary's on the product team, she's just getting the intro to Figma. Since she's not in the accounting group, she doesn't need to know how to check billing for Figma or any of that type of stuff. She's only seeing the things that she needs to see, which is so powerful in a knowledge portal. What you don't show is just as important as what you do reveal. Okay, so I'm gonna click on Intro to Figma. I'll go right to the video. I can watch that video, I can answer the questions, and all of this is tracked so that as the manager, the product team lead, I can review who's looked at all of this content and who's onboarded and who isn't.